Alright guys, we're back, and you would have noticed on that second part you would have been installing an update right after you got finished with that, and then it would have rebooted, and then the white screen that said Nook color across it. Now we're back to the video portion where you first started out, and I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick what we need to do next. Depending on the size of SD card that you picked up, we're going to go back to square one here. And I went ahead, I've already downloaded these files a while back, but you're going to want to take, where is it? I have this one right here, the 4 gigabit clockwork file, and that's just the one I used. If you got a 2 gig, that's fine, they have it on the site. Just grab that one. If you got an 8 gig, use that one. It doesn't really matter, but you're going to extract that image out. It's the IMG image, just like we did the first time. So year 2's right there. It looks the same, but it says 4. So you're going to take that, and again, you're going to add it to your WinImage 32 right here. Drop the drive down, pick whichever one it is that you have it in, and then burn it off. Hit right, and then of course essentially it's the same thing. So I've already done that, and you end up with these 4 files here. Make sure that you format it. Just do a fast or quick format when you're done using the card, and then burn that image on there again, and you'll get these files. And then the next thing you do, we're creating basically a rooting disk, a root package, or whatever you want to call it. Can't really describe it, but if we go down to here, there, it should be right here, 4 gig, such and such, and I've extracted it already, so I can use all this stuff. The next step in the process is to open that file. It's the Nook CMW Clockwork Mod 3028, whatever. You open that up, and you'll get these 2 images, or these 2 files, urec-ram and urec-image. We want to extract those to some other location. Get rid of that. Delete. Now, urec-ram and urec-image, they will replace these 2 files right here on your SD card. And the reason why is because one is bigger, one's been overwritten with something else, one's a little bit smaller than the other. So we want to take urec-image and rename it to uimage. So urec-image, back that up a little bit to uimage. Just say yes, whatever. Oh. Got 2 of them on there, so we'll keep that. Make sure it's the same file size first. 2345. Yeah, we're good. You notice that one, 2174. That's the uimage on the drive after you burned off your Clockwork Mod file. And over here it's 2345. So more instructions or more things have been put on it than obviously what's on the one that's burned. So again, we're going to rename urec-image, or urec-ram, I'm sorry. Urec-ram needs to get changed to uram disk. So we will rename that. Just like that. take this file, and this is going to your SD disk or SD drive, and we're going to drop it. Click copy and repaste. Copy and replace. Image, same thing. We're going to drop it, copy and replace. Okay, now that's done. Next thing we're going to do is grab manual neuter 4.6.16. If you're on original stockware 1.2, we're dragging that file, by the way, putting it on the SD card. Okay, so it's there. Now you got your rootkit put together to actually root the device. So that should be all we need to put on there. I mean, I could go ahead and put GApps and CM7 and all that on there, but I'm gonna wait. We'll do that here in a second. I'm gonna go ahead and eject my H drive. And then go back over here. Okay, we'll just go ahead and turn it off. Well, now let's just take you guys through the steps here. You don't have to do this, but I'm gonna go through it anyways. Skip the video, accept, put your time zone. You don't have to do this, but I'm just gonna go through here and show you it's not registered yet. Done. Connect. Okay, so it's continuous setup here. Okay. Now the first time I did this, like I said, I had an account set up because I put my real information through here. So a real account got set up at Barnes & Noble online only. I didn't finish the registration, but I did go back later and register an account online, and I registered through the My Nook tab as well. But if I enter it in here, it's gonna link my Nook to the website, and I don't want to do that really. So there's not really a requirement, even though they say yes, you have to use the Nook. You have to, because they won't let you pass the screen unless you put in your user ID, or I'm sorry, your email address and your password. So I didn't like that whole thing, and I wanted to see if I could get around it. So I didn't, necessarily want to do it. So this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. I know it might sound cheesy, whatever, but this is a way for myself and whoever else wants to do it out there to get around it. So we'll just power off. If you have to pause the video, that's fine. Obviously, you're gonna have to write your rootkit together, put it together, burn it off, whatever. That's fine. Okay, so put that in. Dang. Is there a pain sometimes to get in here? No, I'm not the only one. Okay, that's in there. Alright, so boot this thing up. Or try to. Okay, now the Skull and Bones comes up. Now, I'm not gonna erase anything. I'm not gonna do none of that. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit install from zip using your up and down arrows there. Your power button takes you back So this is the start of it where you'll see it. So hit your volume up and down to navigate, and then your in or your Nook key, your home key, to actually select what you want to do. So go down and install zip from SD card. Go down and choose zip from SD card and hit your in, and you'll see manual neuter. If you're on a 1.3 stock, you'll have to do the manual neuter 4.6.18 first, then you'll have to do the 4.6.16 after that. I'm sorry. So we're gonna hit in to select it, and arrow down to yes, hit your N key, and it'll install your manual neuter to root it. And I think it installs your clockwork mod too. Last time I did this, I had got CM7 installed, but it didn't install clockwork mod on my drive. So I could boot into it, but I couldn't get boot into recovery. So with that said, we reboot it now. It'll still have the original software on it. It should, because I didn't wipe it off or nothing. So I believe the next thing we're gonna have to do is repartition the drives. Let's see. See, the screen's black. That's what happens after you run manual neuter. It just turns it black, so it's fine. It didn't do anything. It didn't install nothing. Install some stuff, but I don't know. Okay, well, that's not going to do anything, obviously. It's just going to sit there, hang up, and it's going to go to that, again, like I told you. So, we got to get rid of that software off of there, and then we're going to have to reformat or restructure the drives to, I think the old was on a 1 gig media, we're on a 1 gig data, 5 gig media partitioning, and that's what ours will be at essentially right now. It's because we reverted back to that, and we need to think maybe we need to run the update to 1.2. So let me pause the video for a minute. Be right back with you.